Welcome back, fam. Welcome back. Come on in. This is Chris with Food for Your Thoughts. I hope you've been enjoying your day so far. Been, loving yourself, protecting yourself, investing more time into who you are and why you're here on the planet at this time. Being intentional with every aspect of your life because Earth is a school. It has universal laws and principles that we need to go by, right? So we can stay in balance with ourselves, the universe, with nature, and that way we can get things crack-a-lacking. Most important, we being the cause in our life, even each and every day, instead of waiting up, for the effect to happen. We've been learning and applying these 7 hermetic principles there because these are the building blocks to your whole reality. Because when you know who you are and why you here, and these 7 hermetic principles, you're gonna really get some results. Trust me, you'll thank me later, okay? As you grow, we still talking about the name, right? Name numerology, what your initials mean, the letters G through I, right? Your name is your nature. Still do your due diligence and learn more about who you are, and what you'll be amazed what your spirit going to reveal to you, right? And then it's going to lead pretty much on a mystery hunt, so to speak, because you gotta have fun, with this whole process, because each and every person has a life path and a mission to fulfill. Earth is a school, remember. And if you need help with your life path, breaking down some of the spiritual meanings, some expectations, some things you can do, check out my day in the life series. And also, look into your date, your birthday number too. All right, I have all of that in that day in life path series. So it's your life path and your birthday number too. So it's a twofer. And lastly, look into your natal chart. Leave no stone unturned, right? Astroseek.com. They'll hook you up, give you some more tools to put in your toolbox, some guides, right? But there's no cookie cutter recipe to life. However, but shit, when you have proper expectation, you know you know what not to do and what to do, right? But again, it's all about your own personal experience, growth, and transformation process, right? And becoming the best version of you that you came here to be. So again, guys, it's all about name numerology and what your initials mean, the letters G through I. So if you're new to the channel, go ahead and click that like, subscribe button down below. I greatly appreciate you. You're gonna learn a lot here, okay? And it's all about building that neuroplasticity, new brain cells. You should be learning something each and every day. Be intentional, like not learning the stuff that they teach in school. Learn the other stuff. All right, that the what we say, the 10% or the 1% only study, okay? And so I'm here sharing, as many of us, beacons of light, right? Light bringers, so to speak, the L's, we here sharing our ups and downs, and also sharing, the things that help us along our path. So, cause we know we got some reflection out there, and we don't want you guys to make the same mistake, because I love you, I love myself, right? So by me sharing, my personal experience, I'm basically sharing, teaching, myself, and, being a student too, right? And so that you should have that same approach, never be afraid to be the student and the teacher at the same time frame. That's how we learn, okay? But again, as we lead on in, guys, as always, our purpose and mission require to learn a whole bunch of life lessons, because Earth is a school to gain the experience and knowledge for our soul growth. So it's never too late to rewrite your story. You know that the past, present, and future is happening right now. So what are you doing right now that's going to rewrite your past and also plant the seeds that you need for your future? Because that way you're not working hard, you hardly working, right? Because you invested your time wisely early, right, in the present moment. I hope that makes sense, fam. So as you grow, because I know you're going to grow, because if you've been very intentional each and every day in yourself, learn those 7 hermetic principles, and you been, everything matters, you're going to see some results, okay? And you're going to share your knowledge and wisdom with people. You're going to help people help themselves. You're going to trust your own intuition, your own inner voice, your own energy. You're going to teach people the same thing, okay? And you know that everything matters. Your thoughts, beliefs, words, emotions, and actions equal your reality, your results, and not your job. It's time to transition, okay? So it's nothing wrong with loving your job, but let that be 20% of your deal, and 80% is all about knowledge of self and building your legacy, okay? And having your name, because you the star of your own show, believe it or not. I'm here to remind you of your own greatness, okay? It's all about, you already know all of this information. I'm here to, to help you remember, and to also help me to remember too. Okay? So I'm getting, the best of both worlds, student and a teacher, okay? But also keep your money in check. Pay yourself 10% first, okay? Remember that rule. Every time you get a look, some cash flow coming in, always pay yourself 10% first, no matter how big or small it is. You will thank me later. After about a year, you'll be amazed how much you accumulate with that currency, okay? So keep your money in check. All right, so let's go ahead and dive on in, guys. With everything so far, we know that everything matters, everything is interconnected, right? Each letter, has its own particular vibration, right? And with that being said, many of you guys seeing all these different synchronicity, the universe aligning the right people, place, and event, to support your growth and your intent. And I know a lot of times, like, things can move a little fast, right? That's an understatement, right? Move it a little fast, and you really want to, at least get a better understanding, and some overstanding of what these numbers and letters mean in your reality, okay? Because the universe and your ancestors are constantly trying to communicate with you so you can stay the course, so you can graduate, okay? All right, so I'm here to help you out so you can help navigate yourself through your own reality, and that way you can get the results, and that way as you, get a warm and fuzzy and get those results and know exactly how things are working, you'll be able to teach people better, okay, through experience. I hope that makes sense. So with that being said, when it comes, every letter corresponds with a number, right? So with the number 1, we got manifestation. 2, union, right? Deals with, and also cooperation, adaptability, partnership. And 3, new growth, deals with expression, communication, right? Arts. 4, foundation, values, security. And also setting goals, proper plan, organization, right? 5 is all about learning lessons through experience, a lot of ups and downs, expansive, visionary. These people are, geniuses in their own right. We all are, right? Constructive. 6 is all about love, responsibility, community, protection, nurturing, right? 7, spiritual growth, what we doing right now. Analyst, very analytical, understanding, understanding, overstanding, right? That everything matters, like who, what, where we come from, how did we get here, and what's the next step once we leave here, right? So, and that's what that 7 is all about. 8 is all about moolah, right? Because it's all about circulating, money is energy. We live in a realm of nothing more than energy, frequency, and vibration, right? 8 is all about circulating that energy, and once they know how to master the energy, they don't mind sharing that knowledge with other people, okay? But don't get greedy along your path and journey, okay? Let me slow down. 9 is all about completion, right? You done been around the block and then some. You the humanitarian, giving, selflessness, obligation. You've been, through a lot of stuff, and you have the receipts in your backpack. So let's go ahead and move on in. So you got the 4 life vibrations of your true self here, and also I threw in an additional, is a 5, like the 5 elements, right? You got air, fire, water, earth, and spirit, right? And then you got, with this one here, you got total letters within the name, which equal what I call it, your divine vibe, your true essence, right, within you. And these consist of the total letters. For example here, with John Fitzgerald Kennedy, is 21 letters in this individual name. And like, we leave no stone unturned, so we're going to investigate everything, right? So we got the 2 and the 1 before we reduce it. It's all about union, partnership, relationship. 1, leadership, leading by example, not having a problem taking initiative, right? New beginnings, fresh start, manifestation, which leads to the 3. What is 3? New growth, right? Expansion, growth, communication, arts, joy, living. And then, so let's move on. So let's move on to the soul vibration. When it comes to the soul vibration, this deals with the vowels in your whole name, and it's, your heart center, so to speak. So the sum of the vowels, using all the names given at your birth, right, is gonna, show your inner secret self, so to speak, who you truly are at your heart space. It's all about that heart chakra, right? So you can level the hell up and get out of here. All right. So the vowels are A, E, I, O, U, and Y, of course. And with this name, each vowel, like you got O here, is with what? O, it falls under 6. And then you got what? I falls under 9. You got it, right? So the sum total will be 31. And we know, we're going to leave no stone unturned. So each number before we reduce, right? 3 and a 1, new growth, manifestation, right? And then 3 plus 1 is what? 4. It's all about foundation, security, and also having that plans, organization, some goals, for the country, right? Something like that. And what you'll see as you start, really dig into your own name, you'll start to see a lot of these numbers start to repeat themselves. So you need to focus on them numbers, okay? So the numbers that repeat themselves, put a circle around those numbers and really do some study on that, okay? And your spirit will let you know, what to, how to discern what, and it's gonna lead you, to some more self-discovery. I hope that makes sense. So let's lead on in. All right, we got the personality vibration. These deal with the consonants, and this, basically gives you your image. The sum of all the consonants using the names, all the names given on your birth certificate, right? And this basically is, going to give you the image that you project out to the world and how others really see you. So, like with John Fitzgerald Kennedy, that's a pretty long name, right? So you got, what do we have here? We got J falls in with the number 1. We got H with 8, right? You see where I'm going? And the sum total is 76. So again, before we reduce, we're gonna, look at these numbers, 7, 6, 7 is spiritual growth, 6 is love, and then we're gonna add that up. That's gonna become a 13. 13 is all about what? Manifestation, new growth. Then we're gonna reduce it down again. And then at this core essence is all about foundation. So this guy is very serious about values, foundation, service, struggles against, limits. You see where I'm going with this, guys? So have fun with this process. Next, destiny vibration. When it comes to the destiny vibration here, destiny vibration is all the letters, in your name. This includes what? The vowels and the consonants of all the names at the birth, right? And this basically consists of your composite self, your career, your purpose in this life, right? And so I want you to keep in mind that, when you change your name, you're changing your vibration and life direction too. So please keep that in mind, okay? So when it comes to JFK here, all his numbers add up to what? 107. And keep in mind, I want to give you a special gem here. When you're dealing with zeros, people a lot of people may say, hey, don't worry about the zero, just keep adding. No, 0 is a source number. And normally when you see the 0, it's going to amplify, any number that's next to it. So it's basically like a 1 times 2 or a 7 times 2. Or 7 plus, 2 7s and 2 1s. I hope that makes sense so far. But we want to keep it simple. All right, start from, keep it simple and just do it as it is, like a lot of people suggest. But keep in mind, when you see that 0, that's very special, letting like source is reminding you, hey, focus on your spiritual path, the lesson that you and your higher self. Always stay connected. You're never alone, okay? But it's gonna amplify that vibration. Keep that in mind. So we got 1 and 7, right? We know 1 is new beginnings, fresh start. 7 is all about spiritual growth. Then 1 plus 7 is what? 8. 8 is all about what? The moolah, right? And also circulating, currency, energy, that give and take, It's all about reciprocity too with the number 8. It's not necessarily about money, okay? It's about giving and taking, sharing on a mass level. I hope that makes sense. So as we lead on out with this one, you got life lessons. You got your birth date, right, equals your fate. So the sum of all the numbers using the birth on your birth, far as your birth date, right, it's going to equal your fate number. So you master, your fate number and succeed, you're going to be good, right? But you're going to be limited by this number as well. So if you're not in alignment with your fate number, you're going to see the results in your life, okay? So you'll treat this just similar, just like your life path, all right? It's the same thing, okay? So with that being said, we got JFK here with May 29th, 1917, right? So 5 plus 2 plus 9, and it's going to, bring it a sum total of what? 34. Remember, we're going to leave no stone unturned before we reduce. So we're investigating everything. We got 3 and a 4. What? 3 is all about what? Expansion, growth, big business, right? Communication on a big level, right? And then you got that 4 is what? All about solid foundation, security, and also proper plans and organization and some goals, right? Then when we do reduce it down, let me slow down, it leads to what? A number 7. This guy was actually tapped into the spiritual essence, before his assassination. He was breaking down some stuff like, hey, we not alone here on this planet. You know what I'm saying? So it was all about analysis, understanding, awareness, very studious. And he was at that point and being, that mediating, okay, aspect for the country. All right. So let's go ahead and lead on out. So we do have the life lessons here with the vowels in your name. It's going to let you know, which vowels, what they do for you. You got purification for A, E, relationship, I, awareness, oath, innocence, U, and for boundaries. Okay, so let's go ahead and lead on them. Give you my takeaways and get you guys out of here. All right. So numbers are the highest degree of knowledge. I repeat, numbers are the highest degree of knowledge. I repeat, numbers are the highest degree of knowledge. It's the knowledge. It is knowledge itself, and what the initial of your first name means to you in numerology. So reflection, we all still have the truth with us. It's not found in books to any given extent, been passed along from lips to ear like we're doing right now. And when it was written down at all, its meanings were veiled in terms of what? Alchemy and astrology. So that only those possessing the keys could read it, all right? So please invest in the book, Three Initials, the Kabbalion. And right now, I'm just reminding you, you already know this stuff. I'm just here to remind you of your greatness. Mama Universe said, hey, Chris, you need to remind the reflections out there like, hey, they're great. They're being lied to, and you need, give them some things to help them to remember. That's what I'm here to do. All right. So with that being said, with anything we discuss, you got that spiritual law, you got the law of polarity, principle of polarity, a good side, not so good side, but we can always work on ourselves. So when it comes to these letters, guys, each letter of the alphabet has a numerical value. Each letter carries its own vibration, energies, and qualities and attributes. Now, the initials of your name can give you a clear indication of your personality traits. So please keep that in mind. So as you investigate and look into these numbers, you'll see like, oh man, I see why I act this way. And what you need to do is just align your energies up. If you know like, hey, your life lessons is a 7, for example, like here on this on the presentation, and you're not playing that part, so let me keep it simple. If you're not playing that part of a 7, what's playing the part of a 7 consist of? Being very analytical, understanding, investigating, awareness, very intuitive, not having an issue expressing their emotional aspect of themselves, right? But at the end of the day, it's all about that spiritual growth and development. Like, who am I? Why am I here on the planet, right now? And what can I do to play my part overall, right? So, and that's what it's all about. So let's go ahead and lead on in. So we have G here. G is with what? The number 7. Number 7 deals with what? Mysticism, religion, spiritual, and psychic realm experiences. Now, a G person, with a G and their, initial is imaginative, creative, insightful, and helpful. Now, when G is the first initial in the name, this individual can tend to be a loner, but they are quick-minded and especially good at searching out and finding the truth. All right, number 7. As a very little escapes their observation, they are, and they have deep understanding and understanding as well. Being, very intuitive. Now, G's are quite capable of analyzing and judging and discriminating the facts, in all situations, because like you can't get nothing past these guys. Okay, they do research, they always investigate the official story. But on the flip side, G, they don't listen well to others, and they, nor do they notice their advice. So when it comes to G again, what it's that number 7. 7 is all about what? And being analytical, understanding, having that overstanding, awareness, studious, and mediating. Okay, so let's move on to H. H, where is H at? Right here, number 8. So 8 deals with what? Creativity and power. The letter H has a great deal of business talent, right? Acumen. And people with the H at their first initial have the ability to create wealth, all right, for themselves, although this must be tempered with humility and integrity. All right, so stay humble out there, if you're rocking with this 8 vibration period, not just the H. Okay, learn about the resources, help people, help yourself first, and learn how to duplicate this thing and help people with it. Okay, don't get greedy. So you need to see the bigger picture, from a higher perspective, and also take a look at life from a practical manner with discernment. And with this vibration, it's all about being the leader and having authority. H first initial people have a very, a purpose and a goal in life. They know exactly where they're going. All right, you can't throw them people off. Maybe momentarily, but not for long. But they're gonna get back on track. They can be direct. They can direct the mind of humanity to reach a higher attainment by giving their all in their undertakings. Okay, so the H and 8 vibration have much to give to the world, as they are stable, efficient, and dependable influence. which others really need at this time. So if you know a 8 vibration, or if you are an 8, just line yourself, just what's the vibration, the key characteristics, okay? I hope that makes sense so far. But on the flip side, 8, you know, especially with this H vibration, you know, you can be self-absorbed and greedy, like I mentioned to you before, okay? So as you learn about, you know, circulating this energy, you know, with money and stuff like that, don't get greedy. You know, learn, you know, everything you need to learn, leave no stone unturned, but at the same time frame, help other people to help themselves too. As we get ready to get out of here, we got the vibration of I, right? And I, where is I at? I is over here with, you know, under 9. And 9 deals with what? Completion. And also humanitarian giving, selfishness, obligation, creative expression. So 9 is, you know, law and order, and is very sensitive, compassionate, and humane. 9 also represent what, the humanitarian, and those being the initial of I are willing to make what, sacrifice for those less fortunate than themselves. That's why 9s don't mind, you know, just putting themselves out there, because, you know, they can see the grander scheme of things. They've been around the block a couple times, okay? Got the t-shirt and the book. All right, as we get ready to get out of here, guys, they are very dependable, intelligent, artistic, deep thinkers, and, you know, they are fighter for justice at all costs. All right, number 9. Now, they also the peacemaker, the mediator, negotiator. Eyes will work well with people and feel, you know, very much at home when they are able to, you know, help others, and to give time to humanitarian causes, like I mentioned to you before, because 9s are that humanitarian. Now on the flip side, number 9, because you all that in a bag of chips, all of you guys are, right? But, you know, people with the first letter, you know, of an I can be short-tempered and a bit moody, okay? We all can have our moments, right? Nobody's exempt from that. But guys, this has been my takeaway when it comes to, you know, what your initial means, you know, G through I. And remember, you know, numbers are the highest degree of knowledge. It is knowledge itself, you know, and this has been, you know, all about the initial of your first name and what it means in numerology to yourself. And also we went in a little bit more detail about your name as well. It's all about what, self-discovery, knowledge itself. You know, there's always more to know on our hero's journey, okay? Leave no stone unturned. And, you know, be sure to click that like, subscribe button down below. I greatly appreciate you. And as always, you know, our purpose and mission require learning a lot of life lessons, right? To gain that experience and knowledge for our soul grow. It's never too late to rewrite your story. Just do it now. Reflection. I care about you that much, and I appreciate you. I'm proud of you for your investing in yourself each and every day. And as you grow through your own personal transformation, you know, process, nobody's gonna, you know, show, you know, appreciation and show, you know, and actually just let them, you know, let you know how proud they are of your, you know, your accomplishments, because you're gonna, you know, gain a lot of accomplishments, you know, through your own personal transformation and atonement process. So I want to go ahead and congratulate you now, and I'm proud of you for investing in yourself. You know, you know, if it was easy, you know, everybody would be doing it, right? So many are called, but only few are chosen. So thank you for investing in yourself. All right, but as you grow through your process, share your knowledge and wisdom with people, help people to help themselves, trust your own intuition, and you know your thoughts, belief, words, emotion, action always going to equal your reality and your results. Keep your money in check. Pay yourself 10% first before you circulate any money towards a bill, because you the one out there working hard for that moolah, right? And putting your energy out there. Why not reward yourself first? Okay, so pay yourself 10% first. All right, so if you got 10 cents, you're gonna pay yourself a penny. If you got yourself $1, you're gonna pay yourself what, 10 cents. If you got paid $10, you're gonna pay yourself what, $1, so forth and so on. But don't forget to pay yourself first before you know, pay those other places. Okay, so this is Chris with Food for Your Thoughts. We'll be back, continue this presentation series with letters what, J through L. But until next time, take care of yourself, love yourself, invest in yourself, stay grateful and focused, fam. Peace.